Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement, earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledge it, Yahweh Shai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. The prophecies of our awakening are in full swing. You know, as you can see by the comments that are being made on these videos here and the other videos on the other platform on TikTok and things like that, you can see how these people are just losing it. You know, the same spirits that were here in the past are here again today. Except, see, the things that they used to do before, it used to work because they were in their blessing. They're still trying to do all the same tactics, but they're not in their blessing anymore. The Most High, like he said he was going to do, is going to lift up the skirt of Babylon and these other nations, and he's going to expose them. And that's exactly what you're seeing. See, we're doing nothing but bringing out facts. You know, we're talking about the church's history, okay? You can't be a part of the church and then disavow the history. You can't be like, well, that happened a long time ago. Well, yeah, but you're still reaping the benefits of the things that they did a long time ago. You see, people are like, well, I'm not a Catholic. Yes, you are. The Catholic Church established 66 books. They established Sunday worship. Okay, they established Easter. They established Christmas. So if you're following those feast days, if you're following those, that Sabbath, if you're following the 66 books only, then you are a Catholic. It's just funny how these Christians want to act as if they're different. You are just the harlot that goes along with Babylon. That's all that you are. She has, Babylon, the church, the priesthood of Mahan, they have set up everything, and everything else just falls in line. They're just little subsidiaries. That's it. There's nothing new. You're not bringing out any new information. No, nothing. You're just doing exactly the same thing. You might have a little different twist to it. But if you go back to 66 books, if you go back to those, Sunday worship, if you go back to, Christmas, Easter, you are a Catholic. Now, we're bringing up the history, and people are like, well, I'm a history teacher, so I know. I'm like, hold on. Usually in schools, you have a curriculum. You have to teach the curriculum that the schools teach. Now, see, the stuff that we're getting into, these aren't taught in schools. These aren't taught with regular books. This information comes from other book texts that are actually hidden. They're coming from information that is not easily accessible. Okay, so it's given us a lot more information that has not been, privy to the vast majority of the people and the public. Okay, so you can't sit here and go to Sunday's worship. You can't go here and then say it's all about love, but then just disavow the history. Well, yeah, it wasn't all the churches. Yes, it is. All the churches do 66 books. Maybe some do maybe 80, but most of them all do 66 books. All the churches primarily do Sunday worship. All the churches, right, primarily observe Easter. They all primarily observe Christmas. You see what I'm saying? They have the authority of the Pope and the churches and everything else. So the churches were built up off of raping, robbing, murdering, stealing, and hiding information. So you cannot just say, like, well, that was them back then, and I have nothing to do with that. Your church has benefited from those actions. They are in a position of authority because of the things that they did in the past. This is why the vast majority of the world seems to think that these churches are the only way for people to make it to heaven because of the doctrines that they established. They went about destroying all other information or hiding it. See, that's the problem with these churches. They cannot stand up to scrutiny. That is why, like, when you look in the comment sections of like the TikToks or the videos, when they come against us or try to come against us, it's there's no substance to what they're saying. The vast majority of the time, it's name calling. It's you're a heretic, okay, you're wrong, you're off as far as your understanding, this wasn't pronounced right, this wasn't done right, and they're always trying to belittle you and elevate themselves. They don't, like I said, if you're going to ignore the question as far as where did the Gentiles get the authority to establish 66 books, if you're not going to show me that and you're just going to skip over it like you didn't hear it, then please just skip over the channel and continue on down the road. See, this is a two-way street. You can make your argument, that's cool. But when I make an argument and I present facts and you just ignore those, then we have nothing else to talk about. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is not a church like your church. I am not trying to get everyone to agree. I cannot get people to agree. And see what, what's crazy is the church can't get anyone to agree either. So what do? They make people agree at the end of a sword. That's been their history. You see, they just like I can't force you to believe what I believe or see what I see. So therefore, I will allow the Most High. Hey, I'm not going to say anything. It's the Most High that has to call you. You see, the churches are in the same situation. The churches can't force people to agree, or churches can't force them into saying that what they say is true. And they know this. So instead of just letting the Most High do the work, their history has been full of, coercion, forced conversion, at the end of a sword, at the end of threats. You see what I'm saying? That's how they get people to join their church. And that's what they've done it for hundreds of years. And now they've kind of hidden that history. And now people seem to think that, oh, it's just this church has always been about love. Like I said, look at your history. Your history tells you that this church has been nothing, has never been about love. It's been about forced conversions. That is it. It cannot stand up to scrutiny. That is it. That is why they hide books, hide identities, usurp the true authority of the Most High's chosen people, take it for themselves, and then lie about it and hide all the information. And then when you start bringing information out about what they've done, they accuse you of doing the things that they are guilty of. It happens every time. Oh, you're preaching hate. Have you heard anything hateful come out of my mouth? I tell everyone to study to show thyself approved. I tell everyone to chase after the Most High. I'll tell everyone, don't take my word for it. Go and study these things out for yourself. How is that somehow hate? Because I tell you to take responsibility for your salvation and chase after the Most High. And I tell that for everyone. Now, go back to the church. When have they ever told you to study for yourself? When have they ever told you that you have a responsibility to chase after the Father? They tell you can have a personal relationship with God, of course, but then they say, but under our tutelage. You see what I'm saying? See, this is your opportunity to hear another alternative. See, that's one thing with these churches can't do. They can never give you another alternative. All of the alternatives they give you all go back to the Catholic Church. They're like, oh, well, I'm not a Catholic, I'm a Baptist. Do you read 66 books? Yeah. Do you do Sunday worship? Yeah. Do you do Christmas and Easter? Yeah. Okay, you're a Catholic. Oh, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. Oh, okay, but do you read 66 books? Yeah. Oh, so you just do Saturday instead of Sunday? Okay. All right. Do you do Christmas? Yeah. Do you do Easter? Yeah. Okay, then you're same thing. Oh, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I don't do those holidays. Oh, really? Do you do 66 books? Yeah. Okay. Catholic. Just because you take pieces of the same doctrine and other pieces you might lay on the side, you still pretty much follow the same doctrine. We're coming with a totally different point of view. Do you read 66 books only? No, I do not. I read those 66 books and many more. Do you celebrate, your Sabbath on Sunday? No, I celebrate it. It changes from year to year because we're on a different calendar. Do you do Christmas? No, I do not. Do you do Easter? No, I do not. See, it's just a different breakdown. We have a different set of rules and regulations and things that we follow, totally separate from the church. Now, do I tell other people, hey, you're an idiot, you're a moron, you're this, you're that? No, I don't say anything about name. I don't name call it. I mean, I'm not in third grade. You see what I'm saying? Everyone is entitled to have their own beliefs and chase after the Most High however they feel comfortable. Okay? The Most High has to call you into this walk. Okay? So ultimately, I used to do Sunday worship. I used to only believe in 66 books. I used to believe in Christmas and Easter until the Most High called me and gave me another understanding. I cannot force that on anyone. I can't force that on my wife. I can't force that on my children. I can't force that on friends, family, anyone. But see, the church's history is to force their beliefs on everyone. And anyone who does not believe what they believe does not have rights, can be killed, can have everything taken away from them. That is their form of love. That is the history of their church. I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm telling you to study it out for yourself. I'm telling you that if you want to chase after the Most High, it is up to you to do that. Because I'm bringing you a different doctrine. I am showing you love and I'm showing you a different alternative to what you have been shown. What you do with it is up to you. But I care enough about you to show you this alternative and then leave it up to you to do what it is that you want. I'm not, like the churches have done, forcing you to agree with me, forcing you to believe, because the thing is that all I can do is drop crumbs for you. All I can do is drop clues for you. Then the Most High will send someone else or a spirit to you in order to pique your interest and then have you chase after it. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between what we're doing and what these, Catholic churches and these Christian churches and these priesthood of Mahan have been doing. And ultimately, it's up to you. There's order. The Most High has order. Okay, like I told you, Revelation is being fulfilled right now. When you go to Revelation 18, it says, Revelation 18:1, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Okay? And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All nations. See, this is what people come in and say, well, not all churches are doing this. Not all churches, are responsible for these things. All churches haven't raped, robbed. Yes, they have. The Bible is telling you that all nations have been doing these things. Babylon is a system, and Babylon is the church. The church has been worldwide. They've been controlling governments. They control religion. They have their tentacles in everything. So again, Revelation 18:2. Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. There you go. All the governments of the earth, okay, have committed fornication with the church. That is something that when you start going back into this history, into the time of Inquisition, the church and the government were working hand in hand in the Inquisition to destroy the Israelites. And that's what it's telling you right here in Revelation 18:3. Again, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. They came over here, raped, robbed, murdered, and stole all the resources, all the labor, and everyone, the merchants, the governments, everyone has all become rich because of the things that they have, gone into cahoots and gone into business with Babylon. And verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. That is what we are doing right now. We are giving you an alternative to come out of Babylon. Babylon is the church. Babylon is 66 books only, Sunday worship, they're Christmas, Easter. That is all Babylonian. And the Most High is giving you an alternative to see, hey, look, this is what I want you to do. Study it for yourself. Don't just listen to your priests. Don't just listen to your pastors. This is coming out of Babylon. Babylon, like I said, hey, it's comfortable because it's something that you've always done. Your parents have done. Your grandparents have done. That's why when you talk to them and you try to explain things to them, you get that blank look on their face because the Most High has not awakened them yet. But he's working on awakening you. And all you can do is worry about yourself and your family and doing the best you can for the Most High right now. So again, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. See, this is why the history of Babylon is so important. She has been working overtime to hide her history. Because with that history, there's now going to be coming a bill is due. Plagues are coming. They have to pay because the altar is getting full of our saints, of the blood of the saints. The blood of the saints are up there under the altar begging the Most High to avenge them. And we're coming to the end of that. So now the Most High has given you your opportunity to break away from Babylon. He's exposing the things that she has done. He is exposing the things that she has done, and he's letting you know that she's going to have to pay. The plagues are coming for her. And if you don't want to be a part of these plagues, you need to separate from her. Her history has been remembered by the Most High. As much as see that their whole religion is about the Most High, forgetting, blotting out their sins. But the Bible tells you that he has been keeping track. The book of Enoch tells you that all of the death and destruction at their hands, the Most High has been keeping track of. And that's why right now the Most High is downloading all this information. He's exposing all these horrible things that they've done. Not just so we can make videos talking about the things she's done. He's letting you know these are the things that she's done. This is what she's guilty of. She's going to pay, and everyone who is connected to her will pay. So if you don't want to be a partaker of her sins, now the Most High is giving you an opportunity to break away from Babylon. He's giving you an opportunity to support the true Israelites. The Most High is fair. The Most High is showing you love. But your church says you're preaching hate. You're preaching this and you're preaching that. But see, that's exactly what she has been doing. Everything about the church has been about hate. Hating the Israelites. Hating our position as being the sons and daughters of the Most High. They've been wanting that position. So therefore, they have demonized us. Hidden our history. Hidden our position. That is all about hate. You go to Revelation 18:4 and 5. Now listen again. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. That's why this history is coming out now, because the Most High has remembered her iniquities. That's why all this information is coming out. That's why it's being exposed. That's why we ask, hey, can you prove to me that the Most High says 66 books only? See, that was the church. Another one of her plagues. Another one of her lies is going to bring horrible plagues on her. You see what I'm saying? And that's why number 6, Revelation 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. She gave horrible destruction to our people. And now the Most High is about to turn that on them and everyone associated with that church. So if you want to just say things like, oh, well, yeah, the church did a lot of bad things, but the Jews killed Christ. See, you're just trying to justify their actions. The Jews didn't kill Christ, Romans killed Christ, and wicked Jews were working together with the Romans to kill Christ. Many Jews accepted Yahushua and his message. But see, that again is the Gentile way of it's everyone. All Jews rejected Christ. All of them killed. You see what I'm saying? Again, it's always all or nothing with them. See, that's a religious doctrine. Everyone needs to agree with everything that our church says 100%, or we're going to kill you. You see what I'm saying? There's your doctrine to discover. There's your papal bulls of 1453. Either you agree with our religion or we're going to kill you. It's all or nothing. That's how it is with them. But then they're going to come back hundreds of years after they've hidden all this and say, well, it wasn't everyone. See, that's how it, even with that argument, that still goes back to the way they are. Well, it wasn't everyone, so therefore none of us are guilty. You see what I'm saying? It's always like 100%. Well, it wasn't all the churches. Okay. If you say so. If you say so. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you're preaching hate. Okay. When exactly am I doing that? I'm telling you to study to show yourself approved. I'm telling you to chase after the Father. I'm telling everyone, hey, all of you, I don't know who's who. I don't know, what your station is. So chase after the Father. Is your church telling you to do that? Is your church telling you to read everything you possibly can? Of course not, because all of their dirt is hidden all over the place. And it's not hidden like that deep where you can't find it. So as soon as you start to dig and you start to actually, look at things, from an unbiased, stereotype, an unbiased position, you're going to see real quick that these churches are lying about absolutely everything. So like I said, this is Revelation 18 to the T. And then you go to 18:7 now. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. See, she has glorified herself. She has glorified her church. That's why all these Christians and Catholics have such a hard time with reality, because they see all of the glorification of the church, about how great she is and how she's brought civilization to everyone and how, she's the only pathway to heaven. She's glorified herself, and people can't see past that. They've lived deliciously. They have been rich. They own everything. They got their hands in everything. So it says, so much torment and sorrow give her, right? For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. See, she doesn't think she'll ever gonna have to pay. That's why when we start bringing out information about them having to pay, it's you're teaching hate. No, this is called retribution. This is called karma. This is called what goes around comes around. And if you don't want to be a part, you don't want to be there when it comes around, the Most High is now telling you to get away from Babylon, break out of Babylon. And of course, they'll have your churches teaching you that's all just a physical thing. But it is a spiritual, disconnect. You're disconnecting from the churches, from their teachings. You're disconnecting from the lies. And this is your opportunity to do so. Like I said, our Father is fair. He warned us many times, and now he's doing the same thing for you. See, this is just like when the spies went into Jericho, right? And Rahab had a decision to make. Her decision was, okay, well, the situation was this. These people here in Jericho knew that the Israelites were coming. They knew that their days were numbered. They knew that their city was at the edge, right? They knew that the days of them being able to just live their lives in Jericho the way they always have had come to an end. And Rahab, being a Gentile, saw the Israelites, and she had to make a choice. Do I go along with my Gentile brothers, or do I help the Most High's chosen people? She chose to support the Most High's chosen people. She chose to help the Israelites. So when the Most High gave Jericho to the Israelites, and they took down the walls and took down Jericho, Rahab and her family were saved. You are now in that same situation. We are at the end of the 400 years of the Most High punishing his people. Your Jericho has been a great place for the vast majority of you. But now the Most High is letting you know that the walls of Jericho are about to come down. He's revealing to you who the real Israelites are. He's giving you your opportunity to support his people. And at any time, the Most High will bring down the walls of Jericho. And your treatment of the Israelites is going to be how you will be judged. The churches don't want you to realize that. They're damned already. They've made a covenant with Satan. They've made a covenant with the other side. And their job is to take as many of you with them as they possibly can. That's why they don't give you an alternative to their doctrine. Anyone who comes with an alternative is a heretic, is a witch, is a warlock. And that's why they just make false accusations day and night. Well, it wasn't all the churches. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't all of us. Yeah, we've done some bad things, but hey, it's okay. We forgive ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you forgive yourself. You investigated yourself and you found yourself not guilty. Got it. That's what you guys have been doing. But those tactics don't work anymore. So now the rest of the world, Jews and Gentiles alike, you're getting your opportunity to hear this truth, and you're going to have to make a decision. And the decision is totally up to you. I love you enough to do these videos and bring this information out. Been attacked for years for bringing different information and for reading different books, but that is what the Most High has set me up and has had me doing for quite a few years. Now is the time for you to make a decision. Are you going to roll with Babylon, or are you going to start to chase after the Most High and support his children? You choose. All praise the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement Yahweh Shai. Shalom.